609-919-9200, a Friday edition before the big holiday weekend of the Zach Gelb Show here until 6. Temple has a bowl game on Tuesday. They'll be in Annapolis, back in Annapolis, where they just recently won the American Athletic Conference Championship for the bowl game against Wake Forest. And now joining us to talk some Temple football is the athletic director of Temple University, and that is Dr. Pat Kraft, who joins us right now on the Zach Gelb Show. Dr. Kraft, thanks for coming on. Appreciate the time today, and how are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to talk to you again. It's been an eventful week or so, but we're excited to have bowl week started.
So with the team right now being in Washington, D.C., seeing all the monuments and all this stuff, that's a very fun feel for this team, and it's a team that definitely deserves getting that bowl game experience. They had it last year, back-to-back bowl games, back-to-back appearances in the conference championship. You win the championship this year. Just how about the consistency of this program, especially in the last 2 years, Pat Kraft?
Yeah, I'm just so proud of our student athletes. This team is resilient. They're really, really wonderful young men who have performed incredibly well both on the field and off the field in the classroom. And I'm just happy for them to have these types of experiences. You know, they got to see the monuments at night and last night, which was really, really cool with the Christmas lights everywhere. And we just got back from a tour of Congress, and so of the Capitol. So it's been really, really enjoyable. Different experience than being in Boca last year. The weather is not as nice, although it is much better than one might expect out here. We're pleasantly pleased with the weather we've had, but it's been really fun to watch the guys enjoy this time.
How much of a destination was Annapolis for you guys, just because of the proximity of it to Philadelphia, that your fans could go on down there and have a nice, easy trip?
Well, I think it was important. I think opponent. We really, we're fortunate enough to play a really, really good opponent in Wake Forest and an ACC program. But the destination was key. We're still building this program. We're proud of what we've done. Back-to-back bowl games, first time in school history. You win 10 wins. Back-to-back seasons and conference champions this year. But we're still gaining momentum, and the momentum is really, really hot right now. But being close to home, where people can come after the holidays and drive down day of the game and experience, the bowl game and have the bowl game experience for everybody, is really, really was important for us. And so it was a complete package. We thought it was great. We were really excited. We had a dry run a few weeks ago in Annapolis, and so I think it was destination was key, but there were a lot of other factors as well.
It's been a crazy December, to say the least, for your program, and then also for you as an athletic director. You win the American Athletic Conference Championship game. The next thing you know, Matt Rhule departs for Baylor, and you have a new football coach in Geoff Collins. Just what have these last few weeks been like for you, and also why do you think Geoff Collins is the right guy to continue moving this train in the right direction for Temple University?
Yeah, it was. It's been a little hectic, but it's part of it, right? It's part of the process. I mean, nothing is unexpected, and Matt, I'm so appreciative of what he's done. Matt's a good friend, and he's a great football coach. And when he decided to move on to Baylor, it is what it is, right? And so we had to anchor down and get ourselves ready to go and get the next person to lead this program. I mean, this is a top 25 program, so the hire was really important, and so. For about 8 days, it was my life was turned upside down. But that's hey, that's what it is. That's what we sign up for. But I think in Geoff we found not only a great coach, a great person, someone who understands our program, understands who we are, a person who wanted to be here, wanted to be at Temple, and really appreciates the student athletes and what they do here. Every job is different across the country, and so. We really set out to find an individual who knew who we were, wanted to be here, and was able to continue this momentum and build on it, and keep doing what we're doing, winning and being great in the classroom and in the community. And so I'm really excited to have Geoff aboard. I'm excited to get him, to see what he does and how he builds on what Matt really got going.
So when you take a look at the coaching carousel, and I understand it, a job that Matt got presented, it's almost impossible for him to turn it down. And you knew it was inevitable that one day Matt was going to leave Temple University. people use the word stepping stone about the Temple job, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because then you're consistently winning. Do you view the job as a stepping stone, and how do you maybe try to keep a coach here longer than 3 to 4 years?
I view this job as a great football job. I don't look at what, there's always that talk going back and forth, but coaches leave job, a destination job is what you make of it. And I think I can't look at what other people say about this job. What I do is we look at it and we bring the best coaches in and continue to build on what we've had, what we've done. And so I would never, I look at the here and now. And hey, if it's a stepping stone job and we win 10 games each year and win a conference championship and we keep getting great coaches, so be it. That's the nature of the animal that we're in right now. But you can't say that. You can't paint a broad stroke like that, right? You have to be able to say, who knows what each individual is looking for. And as this program has evolved and grown, I think the continued investment in the program and the support has grown from our trustees and president, and fan base is growing every single day. It makes the job better and better each time. And so, you can't look at it that way. You have to look at it open-minded and say, okay, we're going to get the best coach for this job at this moment.
And you just want to see the coach continue to have kids graduate, bring them in, get those 2-3-star recruits and build them up like a Tyler and like what you saw with Hassan Reddick, who was a walk-on and ended up being an exceptional player for Temple University. And really with this job now, and I ask people ask me all the time, what's the apex of the Temple job? And I say probably from a win-loss standpoint, it's getting to eventually that New Year's Bowl and winning that New Year's Bowl like Houston did last year. Does that at all put you guys maybe at a disadvantage that that's the apex of the job when it comes to keeping a coach around?
No, I think it's what you make of it, right? We look bigger than that. And I think we want to challenge every year to be in that conversation, much like Houston started this year, right? And I think that's where we all aspire more for more than just getting in what it was this year, the Cotton Bowl. But we look to win conference championships. We look to continue to graduate, have a great student-athlete experience, and then we look to say, who knows what the landscape will be moving forward. So we continue to just try to strive to be the best program that is and not put a cap on it. We dream really big here. And that's where we've gone. I mean, a lot of what's happened, in the past 2 years, people thought would never happen. When College Game Day came last year, no one thought that would ever happen. And then we win a conference championship on the road, and no one thought we could win 10 games back-to-back. So it's always evolving, and I think you never put a cap on what we can achieve. And I will never do that for any of our programs. I think we look and say, hey, we're going to be great, and we're going to continue to be great and build it, and then we'll see where that takes us, right? I will never limit to the success that we have. But Houston's a good example. I mean, everyone was talking, can they break the Final Four? And so, we want to aspire to have those conversations being had nationally.
Were you disappointed that you didn't get a chance to play in the Cotton Bowl this year?
I mean, I'm just happy we're in a bowl game. We've got it. We're in a location where we can bring a bunch of our fans down here. I want these guys to go out and win number 11. I want that for them to be the most wins in school history. I can't control any of that, but what we can control is winning our conference championship, and so that's really our focus right now. I'm excited to watch these guys. They've been really dialed in at practice, and so they're getting ready to play. So we're excited to be here. We're enjoying it, and we'll be ready to go on Tuesday.
Dr. Pat Kraft with us right now on the Zach Gelb Show. One thing I really liked when you guys introduced Geoff, and I think you guys hit a home run hire with Geoff Collins. I thought it was just an exceptional hire by you guys. But I liked when you said we want to keep this thing going. We don't want it to die down. We really want to keep this thing going at Temple University. Like you were saying, you'll have believers and you'll have non-believers. That's just part of this job. What would your message be to the non-believers if they say, oh, hey, Temple football can never have consistency? Why do you think so passionately that you guys can't have that consistency? So what would you say to that non-believer, Pat?
Well, I just say keep watching. I mean, I look at what's happened and look what we've done and look what we've accomplished. I'm so very proud of what our department, our program, our student athletes, our coaches have done, and we're only getting started. I mean, we are. You know that in this world, there's people who are with you and there's people against you, and that's okay and that's great. but we all love those challenges, right? We love to have people doubt us, and we'll keep doing our part. You can't worry about that. You worry about your own. You worry about yourself. And so I believe in continuing to move this program and our department forward. I know we have the right people in place. And, you can't spend your time worrying about the naysayers. You just keep doing we're going to continue to do what we believe is most important, and that's moving forward.
How about the job Ed Foley's done filling in and before you guys officially announced Geoff Collins and the job he's still doing in the preparation with the bowl game?
Foles is the best. He's done an incredible job. He's been here for the several transitions, so he's seen a lot of it. I'll tell you, this is Coach Foles. When I call, we talk to him about, hey, could you fill in and be the interim? First thing he says, Pat, I got to get in front of the group and make sure that they understand that academics is important. Last time, I wanted to they didn't really get it right away, and it's an emotional time when your head football coach, decides to move on. And so he's just been a rock. He's been fantastic. Everybody respects him. But, he's done it. The staff has done it. It's been a real collective effort. Our student-athletes have been incredible. I'm so very proud of how they've handled this. I mean, these are emotional times, and they're hectic times, right? You got finals, you got schooling, you got bowl prep, and but Foles has been, he's been fantastic, and I'm so honored that he could continue to lead this program into this game, and I'm excited for him to lead the guys on the field here this week.
And your guys on the field, you have a lot of tremendous leaders. That senior class, and we had Ed Foley on earlier this week, you could write a story about each and every one of them and the adversity that they've overcome. We're saying, hey, they're too small to play football. They're not fast enough and whatnot. There's just so many lengthy things, injuries and all of that. When you take a look back at this senior class, they've accomplished a lot. Just what stands out to you about this senior class, Pat Kraft?
Well, they're special. So I've been here 4 years, so I've kind of been with this group, from day one, from PJ starting and that 2-10 season. But watching them all just grow and mature as young men, and now leaving us as men, and the way they have led this program along with the group from last year. I mean, it's just been. We just have, like, you're around enough. We have such incredible young men that are so wonderful to be around. And okay, they're great football players, but they're just good people, and they treat people with respect. And so I'm just so happy and proud of them. It's funny. I was on the back of the bus on our way to the Capitol, and we were talking, and they were looking up their phones, and some of the guys were like, oh, I'm a graduate. They're looking online, and I'm a graduate. And it was one by one, and we were all laughing. I was like, guys, they will never be able to take that away. And they were so excited to get that. They pull it up on their phones. Like, my grade's posted. I'm done. I'm a graduate. I mean, that's what they're just so wonderful, and it's been so fun to watch them. I'm excited to see where they go. Just like the guys who have left in the last few years, over the 4 years, and have them come back, and they'll always be a part of this program and who we are. And that's why we're going to have continued success.
And just being around this university, everyone says Temple tough, and people then try to decide to find the definition of Temple tough. And to me, being a graduate of the university and seeing how that university works, Temple tough to me means that, hey, nothing's given. You have to go out and earn it. And that's what you're seeing consistently with this program over the last few years. Just that culture, how contagious in it and how much fun is it as you guys are all competitors just to be involved in that Temple tough culture?
Well, it's great. It's who we are. It's ingrained. I said that in the presser introducing Geoff. I said, that's who we are. We need someone to come in and understand that. And I really believe Geoff understood that. I mean, it goes all the way, Cheney, and it is who we are, and we grind it, and we're grinders here, right? And we don't take anything for granted, and we appreciate everything that's given to us, but yet we're going to work really, really hard. We believe we'll outwork everybody that's in front of us. And so you really have to be a part of it to appreciate it. And Temple's made up of such incredible people across the board. And so that's why it was, it's just, I really enjoy that we're going to have a bunch of people at the game and tailgating and having fun, and we can represent them again on the national stage and give them the university a sense of pride, and so all of that together has been really enjoyable just for me to watch. And these guys really here, at the hotel, they enjoy it. They've really been appreciative of it. But it is that we take pride in being Temple tough. That's who we are, and we will not shy away from that.
Now, before we let you run, as Pat Kraft, the athletic director of Temple, joins us right now. Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920, The Jersey. If I didn't ask you about the stadium, I'd have like 10,000 crazy tweets after the show telling me how bad of a radio host I am. Are you at all surprised how long this thing has been taking?
No, not at all.
Why is that?
This is a major decision. Well, it's a major. I mean, there's so many things in play. I mean, there's so many factors. I mean, it is not. It's not just a, hey, let's just go and dig a hole and build a stadium. I mean, there are, we've talked about it. You have the neighborhood that is a really important piece to this. You have we have to work through the political system and make sure that everything is in line. You got the finances, and so there's just so much. I'm not surprised one bit. And none of these this is never easy. I don't care where you are. I mean, I think it is what it is. It's moving forward, and I think we're really we're moving in the right direction, and we keep doing that. So I am not surprised at all by how it's working out.
Where's your confidence in strengthening the communication with the community? Because that community seems a bit divided about, well, do we want to build a stadium? Do we not want to build a stadium? So what are some stuff that you guys are doing to get healthy discussions about the community and the stadium?
Well, it's really everything is stems from the president's office, right? And so the community folks that out of President Englert's office they do a really, really good job of that. And so I don't want to speak out of turn. I mean, they've done a lot of initiatives and work with the community and continue to have a dialogue. We try in athletics, to continue to do everything we can to help out in any way we can. But I don't want to speak for the folks in the president's office that actually do that on a daily basis. But they continue to work very hard in constantly communicate. I mean, communication is key, right? And so we want, I know the big thing is facts and letting people know and understand exactly what's happening, what the process is. And so, I think the president's office has done a really good job about that, and the folks handling the community, initiatives.
We have a target date always in mind, and we've talked about this before, that target date of a stadium. Just what do you say to that fan base, that loyal Temple fan that's saying, all right, I'm impatient. I want to get this thing going. I want to see this stadium. So do you still have a target date in mind? And what's your message to the Temple fan that's waiting anxiously to see if there will be an on-campus stadium or not?
I would say just keep coming to games at the link and keep supporting us all the way. I want to see you here. This week when we take on Wake Forest. I don't really have a time. I don't know. I don't want to put that on there, right? Because there's nothing firm, and I think if I put a date out, then I'll move it or move it up, back. It doesn't matter. But what I would say is keep being passionate about this program. Keep coming out and supporting this program no matter where we play. We are going to continue to play football. So I want the Temple faithful to keep supporting these guys that are representing us in such a good light and keep supporting us every step of the way. I mean, that would be what I tell them. Let's keep this thing going, because it takes everybody. It really takes everybody to keep the momentum going.
Pat, I appreciate the time. Best of luck this upcoming Tuesday, and hopefully we see that 11th win for the Temple program. Thanks so much, Pat. Appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks so much. There's Pat Kraft joining us on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920, The Jersey. 609-919-9200. We'll take a quick break. When we get back, as it's 4:58, we're long overdue for a break. We will do some NFL picks on the Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920, The Jersey. Good stuff in the first hour, recapping the big Eagles win. Dave Spadaro coming on, and then the athletic director of Temple University, Dr. Pat Kraft. More of the Zach Gelb Show when we come back.